Good evening, everybody. AlphaStarDX here with the Alpha Stream. And tonight I have a guest who has not been on the show yet. Please welcome, for the first time, ShadowToa1918.
Hello!
This man is a very frequent opponent of mine when I test myself in strategy games, and also a major thorn in my side when I'm actually trying to win. But anyway, we are.
However, when he's not trying to win, that's when I allow him to have his way, I guess.
If that's what we call it. Anyway, we are here tonight to play a game based loosely on a novel by a man named Bram Stoker. And it is called Dracula in London.
Hey, look, love how the first paragraph in that box basically just recapped what you said.
Yeah. It sounded a lot better coming from me, though.
Yeah, definitely.
Based on the original novel.
There it is again! Basically.
Well, I did my best. Obviously, it's longer than 5 seconds. I'm going to have to make note of that. Unless, of course, that's just your browser. Chibi, were you able to see the entire intro or hear it? While I'm waiting for that answer.
You might have also given a quick 5 seconds.
No, I'm staring at the OBS timer. It was choppy. Interesting. I might have to give it a few more seconds going forward. All right. So I tried looking online for this whole pack of cards. Was not able to find it in any way, shape, or form. So basically, if you know...
How much was that worth in the late 80s?
Late 80s, depending on if you had a collector, like Lazy Game Reviews, one of the channels I watch, he would probably find more value in it than I would. But like if you've read the book, then you know who each of these is. I know the 7 cards are Dracula and each of the 6 hunters, but as to what they say, I don't know. Probably just point information for the game and general biography.
Yep, looks like it.
Alright, in any event, let's see what's going on here. Plot summary. Count Dracula left his own barren land, barren of peoples, to come to a new land where life of man teems like a multitude of standing corn. To sustain his undead power, he has brought 50 large crates of native soil. Only 6 persons know of the Count's evil intentions. Professor Arthur Van... Is it Arthur? I know
I believe it's Abraham. It's Abraham
yes.
von Helsing.
Professor Abraham von Helsing. Mina Harker. Jonathan
Full
Harker.
name Wilhelmina Harker.
Okay, good enough. Jonathan Harker. Dr. John Seward. Arthur Holmwood. And Quincy Morris. Yeah,
Holmwood, that's the guy I always forget.
Yeah, we were trying to work that out yesterday, too. Use your wits to track down the bloodthirsty vampire and put an end to his evil menace. Beware. The creatures of the night will thwart your sacred purpose. Know, too, that Dracula has the strength of 20 men and the cunning of centuries. He will kill any who subvert his unquenchable thirst for souls.
Yes.
Introduction. Each player selects and assumes the role of one of the following vampire hunters. And being that you're the better game show announcer, would you like to proceed?
And in this corner, we have... Yes, so we have Professor von Helsing, renowned metaphysician. Metaphysician, that was it.
Metaphysician.
That is hard to say.
Yes.
Wilhelmina Harker, a schoolmistress.
Applause,
a
applause.
solicitor's clerk. Dr. Seward, head of a lunatic asylum. Arthur Homewood, son of Lord Godalming.
Careful not to mispronounce that one.
Yeah. Quincy Morris, wealthy young Texan.
Well done, sir. Well done. I applaud you.
Thank you, thank you.
If there's less than 6 players, divide the extra hunters as you see fit. Some hunters, Jonathan and Mina, Arthur and Quincy, go better together. Go together better. Ooh, okay. Yeah. Distribute the hunter.
Have you ever read the book?
I have, yes.
Okay, good.
It's been a very, very long time since I've read it, but I've read it.
I only read it recently, so...
Yes. Distribute the hunter cards in your vampire packet and read them out loud to the others. We will have to forego that for an aforementioned reason that I don't have them. Before starting the game, carefully read the game prologue, rules summary, and vampire lore. Have someone read aloud whilst the others follow along. Be sure to adjust the screen's brightness and contrast as needed to suit your eyes. Is it hurting anybody's eyes as we see it now? Feel free to let me know in the chat.
I'm good for now.
Good. I'm seeing okay as well.
It highlights as we go through them. That's handy.
Yes, indeed. Jonathan's journal. Bistritz, Transylvania. Transylvania?
Where's that?
Never heard of it. I don't suppose it's in Romania?
Yeah, of course.
It was the dark...
going after the evil Lord Dracula.
It was the dark side of twilight when our train pulled into Bistritz. Count Dracula had directed me to go to the... Was that? Romina, Well, I never said we didn't have Draculas in our audience tonight. Count Dracula had directed me to go to the Golden Krone Hotel, which I had found, to my great delight, to be thoroughly old-fashioned. I was evidently expected, for when I got near the door, I faced a cheery-looking elderly woman in the usual peasant dress. She bowed and said, "The air Englishman?" "Yes," I replied. "Jonathan Harker." The next day, just before leaving, the old lady came up to my room and said in a very hysterical way, "Oh, young hare, must you go? Do you know where you are going and what you are doing?" I tried to comfort her, but without effect. She dried her eyes and placed a crucifix around my neck, then said, for your mother's sake," and went out of the room.
I think Solarwolf just had a seizure there.
Oh, that happens from time to time. Don't mind her. The road was rugged, but still we seemed to fly over it with feverish haste. Same thing. Beyond the green swelling hills rose mighty slopes of forest, up to the lofty steeps of the Carpathian Mountains. When it grew dark, there seemed to be some excitement amongst the passengers, which lasted for some time, and at last we saw before us the Borgo Pass. Amid a chorus of screams, a cliché, drawn by 4 coal-black horses, overtook us and drew up beside the coach. With exceeding alacrity, my bags were handed out and put on the cliché. As I boarded, the driver helped me with a hand which caught my arm in a grip of steel. His strength must have been prodigious. Without a word, he shook his reins, the horses turned, and we swept into the darkness of a heavy vocabulary.
Oh boy, yeah.
Boy, there are many big words.
As they're traveling, every location has an adjective attached to it.
Yes. And these are words I have not seen in several years. The time seemed
from the ruined castle to the swelling hills to the whatever it was, mountains.
Yeah, whatever they were. Oh, that's okay. I barely studied for exams when I was in college. You'll do fine. Besides, this is important. This is important to your biology studies, the supernatural and all that lovely stuff. Anyway. The time seemed endless as we swept on our way. now in almost complete darkness. Suddenly, I realized the driver was pulling into the courtyard of a vast ruined castle, from whose black windows came no ray of light. What sort of place had I come to? Was this customary in the life of a solicitor sent out to explain the purchase of a London estate to a foreigner? Then there was the sound of rattling chains and the clanking of massive bolts as the great door swung back. Within stood a tall old man, clean-shaven save for a long white mustache, and clad in black from head to foot, without a single speck of color about him.
It's not often we see Dracula depicted with a white mustache.
Yes, Solar. Good grief, woman. I apologize. I should have warned you ahead of time that this is one of those.
You've told me several times it's a mature stream. I don't mind. I honestly don't mind.
No, Solar, he doesn't. I'm going to give you that one spoiler right now. Nothing of that sort happens in this game. Good grief. Within stood a tall old man, clean-shaven save for a long white mustache, and clad in black from head to foot without a single speck of color about him. The old man motioned me...
He does come close to necking him.
While saying in excellent English, but with a strange intonation. You do this. You're better with accents.
Oh, sorry.
With a strange intonation.
Welcome to my house. Enter freely of your own will.
Ladies and gentlemen, these are my mods. of which I should actually make you one. Come to think about it. So we're going to do something here real quick. We are going to have our first live promotion on the show.
That came really quickly.
Yes, it did. It is the same as the Discord, right? ShadowToa1918.
Here, let me,
Yeah, you know what? Go right ahead.
It's that.
Oh, good. And to answer your question, even though you're sitting right here on microphone, basically, if you happen to be on watching a stream, just make sure nobody's being a jerk.
Okay, got it.
And, well, Solar, I actually knew ShadowToa long before now, and I trust him to carry out my will of there being a happy and fun stream.
Friends for a while, so...
Yeah. So yeah, he definitely deserves to be a mod. Besides, if my channel gets as big as I want it to be, I need a lot of trusted mods.
Well, thank you for that level of trust.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely, and thank you for sticking around long enough to earn it. So Jonathan's journal, is there more to it? After entering, I rejoiced upon seeing a well-lit room in which a table was spread for supper, and on whose mighty hearth a great fire of logs flamed and flared. Sounds like an awfully hot time, if you ask me. The Count's courteous welcome seemed to have dissipated all my doubts and fears. 3 days later, there is something so strange about this place that I cannot but feel uneasy. It may be the Count's all-night conversations are telling on me, but I fear I am the only living soul within the place. After breakfast, I did a little exploring. Doors everywhere, and all locked and bolted. The castle is a veritable prison, and I, a prisoner. I shall try to scale the castle wall. I may find a way from this dreadful place. The precipice is steep and high, but at least, at its foot, a man may sleep as a man. Goodbye, Mina.
Okay, we're going to skip a good portion of his visit.
Seems that way. I guess that was enough for introduction. So a letter from Lucy to Mina. Thanks and thanks and thanks again for your sweet letter. My dear, it never rains but it pours. Here am I, who shall be 20 in September, and yet I never had a proposal until today, and today I have had 3. I feel sorry, really and truly sorry, for 2 of the poor fellows. Oh, Mina, I am so happy that I don't know what to do with myself. No, Solar, it's not. Well, I must tell you about the 3, as we have told all our secrets since we were children. Well, my dear, number 1 came just before lunch. Dr. John Seward. He is only 9 and 20, and he has an immense lunatic asylum all under his own care. Is this supposed to be a positive, redeeming quality? Because it seems like there's potential for some mental distress in this relationship.
Well, at the time, it was, it's a very prestigious position, and obviously they wouldn't trust anyone corrupt or mentally unstable with a position of that importance.
Yes.
Respectable.
Absolutely. He spoke
Doctor.
to me. He spoke to me, Mina, very straightforwardly. He told me how dear I was to him and what his life would be with me to help and cheer him. When I shook my head, his hand trembled. And Mina, I felt a sort of duty to tell him there was someone else. Then he got up, and he looked very strong and very grave as he took both my hands and said he hoped I would be happy, and that if ever I wanted a friend, I must count on him as one of my best. Well, that's
You have no idea how much she's holding out for that, because she is actually holding out for more.
Yes, indeed. Well, number 2 came after lunch. He is such a nice fellow, Quincy Morris, an American from Texas. Uh-huh. Well done, guys. And he looks so young and fresh that it seems impossible that he has been so many places and on so many adventures. He took my hand and said ever so sweetly,
Me.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Miss Lucy, I know I ain't good enough to regulate the fixings of your little shoes. Won't you just hitch up alongside of me and let us go down the long road together, driving in double harness?
I replied as lightly as I could that I did not know anything about hitching, and that I wasn't broken to harness at all yet. Then, my dear, before I could say a word, he began pouring out a perfect torrent of love-making, laying his very heart and soul at my feet. Solar, are you happy now? Does this satisfy you? I suppose he saw something in my face that checked him, for he stopped and said with a manly fervor,
Tell me, is there anyone else that you care for? And if there is, I'll never trouble you again, but will be, if you will let me, a very faithful friend.
Though I was crying, I was able to look into Mr. Morris's brave eyes and told him out straight. Yes, there is someone I love, though he has not told me yet that he even loves me. Then he said in a hearty way,
Little girl, thank you for your sweet honesty to me, and goodbye.
He wrung my hand, and taking up his hat, went straight out of the room. Ever your loving, Lucy.
Bizarre how the language has changed.
Yes, indeed. Oh, about number 3. It seemed only a moment from Arthur's coming in the room till both of his arms were round me, and he was kissing me. I am very, very happy, and I must show that I am not ungrateful to God for all his goodness. Whatever helps you sleep at night, Solar.
And there was the money she was waiting for. She wanted the Lord.
Aha, there's your cash. And now for Dr. Seward's turn. Ebb tide in appetite today. Cannot eat, cannot rest, so diary instead. Since my rebuff yesterday, I have sort of empty feeling. Nothing in the world seems of sufficient importance to be worth doing. As I knew that the only cure for this sort of thing was work, I went down amongst the patients. I picked out one who has afforded me a study of much interest. R.M. Renfield. Sanguine temperament. Great physical strength. Morbidly excitable. Periods of gloom. Ending in some fixed idea which I cannot make out.
Ah, Renfield.
And now Mina's response. My
Okay.
dearest Lucy, I know you will be anxious to hear all that has happened since we parted at the railway station of Whitby. I can hardly recall anything of the journey, except that I knew I was coming to Budapest to see Jonathan. I found my dear one, oh, so thin and pale and weak-looking. He is only a wreck of himself, and he doesn't remember anything that has happened to him for a long time past. He has had some terrible shock, and I fear it might tax his poor brain if he were to try and recall it. He is waking. When he awoke, he gave me his journal and said very solemnly,
Wilhelmina had brain fever, and that is to be mad. The secret is here, and I do not want to know it. I want to take up my life here with our marriage.
Goodbye, my dear. Love, Mina. And now from Arthur Homewood.
Arthur Homewood.
Arthur Homewood to Dr. Seward. My dear Jack, I want you to do me a favor. Lucy is ill. That is, she has no special disease, but she looks awful and is getting worse every day. What did I say? No special DCs.
Okay.
But she looks awful and is getting worse every day. To look at her gives me a pang. It will be a painful task for you, I know, old friend, but it is for her sake, and I must not hesitate to ask, or you to act. Arthur. My dear old fellow, with regard to Miss Westenra's... I thought it was Westenra.
It is Westenra.
With regard to Miss Westenra's health, in my opinion, there is not any malady that I know of. She complains of difficulty in breathing and of heavy, lethargic sleep with dreams that frighten her. She says that as a child she used to walk in her sleep, and that when in Whitby the habit came back, and that once she walked out into the night where Miss Mina found her. I am in doubt, and so I have written to my old friend and master, Professor Van Helsing of Amsterdam, who knows much about obscure diseases. He is a seemingly arbitrary man, but this is because he knows what he is talking about. I shall see Miss Lucy tomorrow. Yours always, John Seward. So more or less, this is kind of a recap of the book.
It's a very, very abridged version.
Very much abridged. Were we to read the entire book here, we wouldn't be 5 chapters in before either of us would tire of it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And now more diary entries. And they again misspell Lucy's name. How good they all are to me. I quite love that dear Dr. Van Helsing. I wonder why he's so anxious about these flowers. He positively frightened me. He was so fierce.
Right. In the book, the garlic they use is the flower of it, not the actual part we eat.
Yeah. And yet he must have been right, for I feel comfort from them already. Somehow, I do not dread being alone tonight. I shall not mind any flapping outside the window. I never liked garlic before, but tonight it is delightful. 4 days and nights of peace. I am getting so strong again that I hardly know myself. Tonight, Dr. Van Helsing is going away, as he has to be in Amsterdam for a day, but I need not be watched. I am well enough to be left alone. Can you say famous last words? Turning now to Dr. Seward. I drove at once to Lucy's house and arrived early, and seconds later I met Van Helsing running up the avenue. When he saw me, he gasped out.
How is she? Are we too late? Did you not get my telegram?
I answered that I had only gotten his telegram early this morning and had not lost a minute in coming here. How shall I describe what we saw? Lucy lay on the bed with face white and still more drawn. The professor cried out,
"Quick, the brandy!"
I wonder if what was the brandy for? Was it for her treatment or was it for
Quick, alcohol!
some other purpose? Yes.
No, it's not that uncommon for people with a task to do to just take a quick cup of it to calm their nerves, as it were.
That's a hilarious thought. He just downs a whole bottle before he treats Lucy. I never saw in all my life the professor work in such deadly earnest. I knew, as he knew, that it was a fight with death. Then he spoke.
We must have another transfusion of blood, and soon, or that poor girl's life won't be worth an hour's purchase. You are exhausted already. I am exhausted too.
Dracula the comedy, yes. Hold on just a moment. There's something...
What's the matter with me, anyhow?
Something I missed here. Hold up. Hold on just a moment.
What?
There's something...
What's the matter with me, anyhow?
And I may have just unwittingly started an echo. I forgot to change the Twitch ticker before, so I'm going to have to edit our new title in later.
Okay.
Yes, less chit chat, more alcohol abuse. I like it. If you guys hear an echo, my apologies. I forgot to change something in the thing here. Oh well.
So yeah.
What's the matter with me? Yeah. Oh yeah, it is Quincy, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah.
What's the matter with me, anyhow?
The voice came from the sofa across the room, and its tones brought relief and joy to my heart, for they were those of Quincy Morris. What brought you here? I cried as our hands met.
I guess art is the cause.
He handed me a telegram. Have not heard from Seward for 3 days and am terribly anxious. Cannot leave. Father in same condition. Send me word of how Lucy is. Do not delay. Holmwood. Once again, we went through the ghastly operation.
They're giving her blood transfusions since Dracula's been draining it out of her.
Yes. When day came, its searching light showed the ravages in poor Lucy's strength. Her open mouth showed the pale gums drawn back from the teeth, which thus looked positively longer and sharper than usual. In the afternoon, she called for Arthur, and we telegraphed for him. When Arthur arrived, it was nearly 6 o'clock, and the sun was setting full and warm, and the red light streamed in through the window and gave more color to the pale cheeks. When he saw her, Arthur was simply choking with emotion, and none of us could speak. I fear that tomorrow will end our watching, for the shock has been too great. The poor child cannot rally. God help us all. Well, I think we can take a guess as to what the final diary entry will outline.
Actually...
You think something different than Lucy's death?
Quite possibly their tangle with her undeath.
Yes, possible.
And an explanation of who Dracula is from Van Helsing.
Yes. Well, only one way to find out. Just before midnight, Van Helsing, Arthur Quincy, and I crossed the low wall of the churchyard.
Van Helsing, Arthur, Quincy, and I, not Arthur Quincy.
Van Helsing, Arthur, Quincy, and I crossed the low wall of the churchyard. It was a dark night with occasional gleams of moonlight piercing the heavy clouds. Arthur bore himself well. The professor unlocked the door of the tomb, and the rest of us followed him in. Then he forced back the laden flange of the coffin. We all looked in and recoiled. The coffin was empty. We took up positions outside the tomb and began our lonely vigil. Several hours later, far down the avenue, we saw a white-clad figure approach, clutching something dark at its breast. We advanced and heard the muffled cry of a child. There was Lucy, her lips crimson with fresh blood. We shuddered with horror as her eyes blazed with unholy light. She tossed down the child, and with a voluptuous smile approached Arthur and said, "Come, my husband." Arthur seemed frozen, as if in a trance. Van Helsing intervened with a small golden crucifix, and the thing recoiled, then dashed for the tomb. The professor sealed the tomb with the sacred wafer and said,
"No more until tomorrow."
The next day, we got to the cemetery at 1:30 and entered the tomb. She seemed like a nightmare of Lucy as she lay there. Then Arthur drove the stake deep into its heart. The thing in the coffin writhed, and a hideous, blood-curdling scream came from the open red lips. The body shook and quivered in wild contortions. The mouth was smeared with crimson foam. Finally it lay still, and the terrible task was over. The hammer fell from Arthur's hand, and he would have fallen had we not caught him. Then there lay Lucy as we had seen her in life, with her face of unequaled sweetness and purity. Afterwards, Van Helsing said,
"Now, my friends, one step of our work is done, but there remains a greater task. To find out the author of all our sorrow, and to stamp him out."
Read 1 through 6 in order, and yet I'm pretty sure 6 doesn't
Return
actually
to main menu.
doesn't actually contain anything of use. Hey, if anybody in the chat sees Cannibal Kitty, feel free to draw her in here. I think she'll be interested in what's going on here.
Oh, kitty cat. My cat decided to walk in just as that.
Ironically enough, you would also know who Cannibal Kitty is. I'll tell you who when we're... Actually, no, there's a good way to tell you right now. That would be Cannibal Kitty.
I almost tried clicking on the next section there.
Whoops. But yes, now you know.
Alright, yeah. The very, very short version of the first, I want to say 2/5 of Dracula?
Pretty much. All we have to go on are traditions and superstitions. The vampire cannot die by mere passing of the time, but he cannot flourish without his special diet. He throws no shadow. He casts no reflection in any mirror. The Count is as strong as 20 men. He is of cunning more than mortal. He can, within his range, direct the elements. He can command the rat, the bat, and the wolf. He can do all these things, yet he is even more a prisoner than the madman in his cell. He may not enter anywhere at the first, unless there be someone of the household who bids him to enter. Though afterwards, he can come as he pleases. His power ceases at the coming of the day. He can only pass running water at the slack or flood of the tide. Then there are things that so affect him that he has no power, as the garlic and crucifix. A stake through his heart or the cut-off head will kill him, so that he be true dead. He be true dead. Sounds like a bad rap.
That's slightly poetic.
Yes. And a rule summary. This is where we get into the meat of how this game works. Each day is divided into 8 turns of 3 hours each. The hunters must select 1 activity per turn. Some activities are allowed only during the day, others only at night. Most can only be performed by certain hunters. For example, only Mina may trace the Count's cargo, and only Jonathan may follow up on a clue. Only Quincy and Arthur may investigate news reports or get equipment and animals. Only Van Helsing may acquire sacred weapons. So everybody has their use here.
Yep.
If any of those hunters dies, that power is lost to the entire team. So losing Van Helsing would be a very, very unrecoverable blow.
Yeah.
As would losing both Quincy and Arthur. The hunters may always choose to rest. They should rest 6 hours per day to avoid tiring and 12 hours per day to heal. Hunters in critical condition may not perform any activities. This game features one-touch keyboard entry. So the first letter of each option is the one we use to do something.
Gotcha.
Yep. So we can use the numpad to move. Move directly at the object to attack or pick up. Provisions include sacred weapons, equipment, animals. Everybody besides Mina can carry 2. She can only carry 1. Quitting is not an option. Goes on till Dracula is destroyed or vanishes, or when all the hunters are killed.
Okay.
Well, the vampire packet is probably no longer available, but in any event. Nothing left to do but actually start this thing.
Okay.
So it picks a hunter at random to start if we're playing multiple players, which we are not. This is merely a co-op. Okay. No news reports of interest, and you can see by Big Ben clock over there what time we're at. It is 6 It is 6 a.m. now. At 6 p.m. it will turn night. That's how we know. In multiplayer co-op, every 6 a.m. is the turn of players. So to start out, we can trace cargo, hunter status and provisions, visit Renfield, rest.
Wait, this is
the 6 a.m. The first 6 a.m. turn. So it's our choice as to what we do here. We'll check the hunter status first because that actually does not cost us any time.
That's always a good start.
So Mina's condition is generally unknown. I guess for the sake of mechanic.
Yeah, I thought we were Arthur at the moment.
Yeah, no, we're
okay,
not.
So Jonathan, Mina, and Dr. Seward are all at the asylum.
Arthur and Quincy at the ring, Van Helsing at the hotel. Alright, so if we were to get equipment and animals or acquire sacred weapons, even if it's Van Helsing's turn, even if it's Arthur's turn like it is now, we can use Van Helsing's ability to get sacred weapons. Chibi, to address what you're saying, Arthur may not be able to trace, but because Mina's alive, that is an option. Were she dead, we would not be able to do that. Alright, so we should probably arm them up, because as it stands now, we've only got Van Helsing's crucifix and Quincy's knife. Alright, so...
Yeah, that would probably...
Yeah, so we'll take our first 2 turns to get the equipment, or whatever equipment we decide we need. So let's take a look at what's going on here. We have a knife already. We can pass out knives to everybody, should we so choose. And the other items, there is only 1 of a piece. So how do you think we should pass out the standard items as you see them on the left side there?
It might be good to get someone a medical bag, or a... What does turpentine do?
Turpentine is spider help. That would help us in real-time combat with a spider.
Rat terriers just seems like a bad idea. Dracula can control dogs, can't he?
I believe so, but there aren't dogs in this one.
Okay, good.
He controls rats, bats, and wolves in the game.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, definitely the medical bag, because that, I believe, prevent or reduces damage by 1 stage on an attack. Now, would we give that to Van Helsing or Dr. Seward? My personal vote would be Van Helsing, because he's already got a holy weapon. He can attack Dracula with that crucifix. Would be my thought. Give it to Van Helsing.
Yeah, let's give it to him for now.
The other reason I say that is because the skeleton here, that allows us greater ease in popping a lock. Only Dr. Seward can hold that.
So give him that.
Yep, so he has the skeleton key, that queue up there.
Good.
We'll need the lantern in order to get into darker rooms, which is absolutely necessary.
Yeah.
Who would we give that one to?
To Jonathan, Arthur, or Quincy. I'm not sure who you...
I'd say Quincy. He's already armed to fight
Yeah,
if he
that's
runs
fair.
into anything in the darkness.
Can control the rat terriers.
Do you think so?
No, it says it directly.
Well, no, I mean, do you think we should use it?
Well,
All it does really is improve our dice roll chances of killing a thing. I mean, you're a D&D player, you know all about dice rolls. That's pretty much how they do it in this.
yeah. The thing about D&D and role-playing games in general, you want all the stuff. If you come across 54 small stones just as you journey, pick them up, because you never know when you'll need to hold down a trap, or 54 traps at the same time.
Yeah, there are 14 different items between provisions and holy weapons. And we only have room to carry 11 of them.
Okay.
Horses allow us to ride to 2 different locations during a 3-hour period, which, I mean,
I don't know,
seems...
we probably need to spend 2 slots on that, is the only thing.
No, only 1 slot. We'd be giving it to Arthur, but it would still burn up a slot. That really would come down to how many leads we wind up getting, and we can always change items later. Like, if we don't get enough leads to make it worth that, then that's probably an overdone expenditure. And Turpentine, Rat Terriers, I say let's fight like normal and see what happens without them.
You think? Okay.
Let's give it a shot. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? We have to rearm after everybody heals.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. So it's 9 o'clock now.
We may need to hold off on our holy weapon gathering for the moment and see what Renfield has to say.
Okay. Renfield catches a buzzing blowfly and holds it exultantly for a few moments before eating it.
That's the scream.
Yeah, he was apparently very happy.
Fascinating. Okay, let's get our hands on some sacred weapons. We already have the crucifix, and we've got 6 slots left for each of the 6 other items. So now the question, becomes who gets what.
Alright, so we got the sacred wafer.
Mm-hmm. So if we find crates of holy earth, we can sterilize it. Or if we manage to get somewhere where Dracula would sleep.
Okay.
So somebody's getting it. The question is who.
Should we give that to...
I don't think the wafer can be used to attack Dracula directly.
It just kind of naturally repels him.
Yeah, that
Right.
and...
Should we give that one to... Mina?
Give it to
maybe?
Mina? Okay.
Okay, wooden stake.
You
Give that
needed...
one to Jonathan, maybe?
Okay.
Or Arthur?
It cannot hurt the Count because he's such a light sleeper. Hmm. I mean, maybe it can still be used to attack. Even if he's not sleeping. Unless Mina gets turned, we may need a way to kill her.
That's true.
So let's give it to Mina. Hee
Let's give it to Jonathan.
Yeah. Oh, that's the worst, man.
We're gonna be keeping them together. It's,
That's the worst, though. You're handing the stake to her. Here, Jonathan, take this in the event that your wife must be killed. Garlic repels vampires, so that would allow Dracula to come close, but prevent him from attacking.
Okay.
Jonathan, Seward, and Arthur still have open spots.
Okay, only carry one.
Yeah, Mina's loaded up.
2, 3. Okay, the garlic to Dr. Seward, I guess.
Give it to Seward. He's got it.
Sure.
And the Wolfsbane to repel the antelope.
Arthur? Sure, why not?
Give it to Arthur. Okay.
Yeah.
And Holy Water, which we can use to directly attack Dracula.
Give that one to Arthur. He doesn't have a weapon yet.
So the Belladonna, which protects against rabies and spider poison, will go to Jonathan.
Cool.
And everybody is loaded up.
Excellent.
Alright, it is now 3 p.m.
Oh, wow. And so we're gonna be heading nighttime soon.
Yep. I'd say now would be a good time to make a trace. Ugh, rough. Oh, wow, wasting no time.
Interest. Okay, so we have two missed turns in this coming day.
Well, we just won't have Mina and Jonathan's powers for that time.
And already we're deviating from the book by quite a bit.
Yes, we are. That's the exciting part of this. We'll make another trace while Mina's still here. Ooh. Renfield has been sort of an index to the coming and going of the Count. His previous escapes and fits of violence usually occurred when Dracula was at the empty house on the estate next to the asylum, Carafax. Well, let's go. Let's have a little adventure before we send Jonathan and Mina on their way. We'll take everybody.
Okay.
So we come to the front door of Carafax because we have the skeleton key. Oh boy, what did I eat?
I get the feeling that we shouldn't have brought Mina and the doctor, but okay.
You think so? Because of their inability to fight?
They're both protected, and what else does Dr. Seward have? What's the cue there?
That's the skeleton key. So we kind of need Seward to have an
You
easy
kind
way
of
to
need him.
open the...
Yeah, that's
yeah.
true.
Mina, if we find crates of earth in here, we're going to need Mina's wafer.
Yeah.
Let's pick the lock, which we should be able to do with the key, and let's go on in. We can be caught by Scotland Yard here. Well, well. What do we have here?
Large wooden crates.
Alright. Alright, let's move everybody to defensive positions.
Helsing is moving. Jonathan's getting over there, so...
Fortunately, we have infinite wafers.
Okay, good. And...
Alright. Send Mina up. Nothing there. Here's our combat. Spider time. Because Jonathan is holding the Belladina, everybody's protected from poison.
Which is good.
Yep.
Where is that spider? Oh, there he is. Okay.
He's to the southwest of Jonathan. Anybody can attack a spider.
So what does Arthur have?
Arthur is holding the holy water and the...
Okay.
Shoot, what is that thing? I'll have to double...
Wolfsbane, I believe, or
Oh,
something.
Wolfsbane. Oh, yeah, that's right. We did give him that.
He has some sort of vampire repellent.
Yeah. Alright, Quincy got the
See.
spider. Keep him
Did the
there.
overkill?
And we're going to send Mina to find more crates, if they're there.
That's a fireplace.
Ah, too bad.
Okay.
And the other and the sides are walls. That was during my test run to make sure. So we've done what we came here to do. Let's get out of here.
Alright, that's 6 sterilized bits of Transylvanian earth. Very good.
6 down, 4 to go, and it's rest time. 1, 2. So Jonathan and Mina are out for right now. That means no tracing and no following up on clues. That's really, really bad right now.
Alright, so Dracula is going to be pretty ticked at that.
More than likely. Let's head for the wharf while we got really nothing better to do.
Yeah, might as well bring everyone.
High tide occurs about midnight.
So he can cross the river Thames at midnight? Is that what that's hinting at?
That's my guess. We may as well go there at midnight, but for right now, let's see what Renfield has to say, if anything at all.
Ooh, we should have brought him a gift from the estate.
I don't think we had the ability to do so, unfortunately. It's not a bad thought, though. Yeah, Arthur's got the Wolfsbane. Seward's got the garlic. Okay, cool.
Ooh.
Yeah, not a lot we can do until they get back, so we may as well just rest it out.
Okay, yeah.
And they're back.
Oh.
It is now midnight. Let's go to the wharf.
Yeah, I was about to say, do we want to... Yeah, okay, here we go. Owned.
Nothing. So the tide didn't give us that much.
Everyone feels well rested this morning. That's nice to know.
Yes, indeed. Large dog seen running loose. Nothing to help us there. See if we can find more of the cargo.
Yeah.
Oh.
Almost certainly came to England aboard the Russian ship Demeter. Judging by the strange circumstances surrounding the ship's arrival in Whitby, the shipping authorities in Whitby may be of help.
I'm suddenly reminded of something that happened in church. I think you know what I'm talking about.
Okay. It could have been a wolf. It could have been Dracula himself.
Mm.
That was how he snuck ashore in the book.
So,
Elf is an enormous wolfhound. Wolfhound or wolf? One or the other.
well, let's see about following up on the Whitby authorities. Who do we talk to?
Okay, let's see. Who is the most likely to give us information?
That's a good question.
He wouldn't have gone through customs. And I highly doubt that... Well, know about the cargo. Guards would know about the disappearance of the crew. What are your thoughts here?
I mean, he'd have to go through customs to get his stuff through. The thing I'm thinking about is if anybody knows something, especially about the cargo, he'd probably have caught it.
Probably. Okay.
We'll go with the customs officers. A dead man who was tied to the wheel clutching a crucifix? Fascinating. Although somehow I don't feel like that's particularly useful.
The only soul on board.
Let's see what the Coast Guards have to say.
$50. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Well, we know that that's the Earth.
And we just got 6.
Yeah, we took 6 of them out. Now where's the rest of it, I wonder?
Yeah.
Well, we can make one more trace before nightfall.
Fair enough.
The harbor master.
To a solicitor in Whitby, Samuel Billington, upon its arrival in England.
Is there somewhere we can go? No, there's not. Unless we want to go back to Carifax, but I see no point.
Me either. He would have spread his Earth... I don't know if that's how the game works, but he would have spread his Earth around.
I mean, it's worth thinking that way because it's supposedly based on the book. But again, with Jonathan's father dying now, that kind of blows us off the plot.
The plot was... plot was blown with that. I was going to say the plot was blown with Mina being in questionable health. Because it's like... That doesn't happen until quite a bit later.
Right.
Encounters Dracula.
Okay, so let's rest it out, I guess, until morning.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay, so...
Nothing new going on. See if we get anything new from Renfield.
Yeah. Whole colony of sparrows. Okay.
I always knew that asylum was for the birds. Ah. Okay.
Sorry, I was...
Okay.
It chose to ignore the pun.
Yes, yes. How about a trace? Billington.
Billington, why not?
Look at that. Look at that. So the main destination is Jamaica Lane.
Yeah, and from there they have spread out.
Seems that way. Oh, don't worry. I'm sure there will be more death in this game than just that. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go to Jamaica Lane.
Yeah, this seems like,
All hands on deck, boys and girls.
oof.
Very good.
A tense scene in the book.
And being that we have the skeleton key, it wouldn't look too suspicious. Alright. So there's debris everywhere. All right.
Okay.
Put everybody on defense. Let's send Mina up.
Are we sure we want her to be exploring?
She's got
she's kind of...
She's got the wafer.
Spider! We have a spider!
Yes. I have to take a quick commercial break. I will be right back. Sorry about this.
Fine. And so we are left here. It would be interesting to see if I could actually replicate the book with this game. Get me, but it'd be interesting to find out. Are our turns counting down all on their own? Yeah. Oh. Oh no. Andrew, we are slowly losing our chance to act. Oh, please come back quickly. Oh, this is bad. Oh well, nothing I can do about it, unfortunately. This over a voice chat, so I can't actually move any of these about or act in any way. And we're going to die to an AFK. This is terrible. No. We've already lost the rest of Mina's turn, all of Dr. Seward's turn. We're about to lose Arthur's turn. Yes. Yeah, he had to take a bit of a break himself. So what's happening right now is that very slowly we have turns remaining, and that flashing number in the center is telling us how much time we have to make those moves. Oh. Quincy has 4 turns that he can make right now. He has 4 seconds, 3, 2... I don't know. Maybe it was an emergency. Maybe, you know, maybe somebody needed him, or, yeah, he needed to go take care of something, make sure his house didn't burn down or something.
Apologies, here I am.
Our turns.
Oh, really? Oh, dear.
Yeah, we have a timer.
I totally forgot about that. Whoops.
Yeah, you came back just as Quincy's last chance to act faded away. Boy.
Yeah, that was a tactical mistake on my part. I needed to help with something real quick, and the timing was just not good. I totally forgot.
Okay. Make sure you leave some room for Quincy. He's got the knife, so okay, good. Helsing might need a heal.
Yeah. The light from your lamp falls in all sorts of odd forms.
Huh. So we need Quincy, or not Quincy, we need, No, it is Quincy that we need in there.
Yeah, since he's holding the lantern, this is a weird part about this game. Since Quincy's got the lantern, it works for the whole team.
Oh, okay, I see.
Keep everybody fairly close. Ah.
31 large wooden crates.
Yes. If my math is correct.
7?
37.
Excellent. So, oh, he is not going to be happy about that.
No.
Okay, yeah, I do understand sending Mina in first because she can neutralize. I would just feel a lot more comfortable if we sent Quincy.
Oh, send her some defense.
It's basic role-playing strategy. Send in your tank, then the squishies and your utilities and such.
Gotcha.
Quincy, yeah, since Quincy has the knife, he can handle himself in combat.
See, this is why I have him around, guys. He's got the better mind for this than I do.
We keep Van Helsing or Jonathan Harker with Mina as a bodyguard, kind of keep her in the middle. We got to keep her safe. She's one of our most important.
Yep.
Van Helsing is wounded, so he should be somewhere in the middle as well.
Yep. So we got to arrest him now. Can we get another trace? No, we can't.
I mean, maybe checking Carafax again, just in case they moved some dirt back there.
Think so?
I have no idea. That's not what happened in the book, but we're out of those parameters. So.
That's true. Very much so.
It is midnight.
6 p.m.
Yeah, okay. Sorry.
That's fine. I say visit Renfield first, because we can't do that at 9 o'clock. We can go to Carafax at that time, though.
Okay, awesome.
That's,
okay,
that's a cause for concern, I think.
Yes.
Well, let's get up there.
That's okay.
Yeah, we're there. It really pains me to leave Van Helsing behind, but we really shouldn't be sending a wounded animal in.
Arthur's got the holy water.
Shoot, Van Helsing's got the medical bag. Oh, darn it.
Can he heal himself? Or?
The medical bag only takes effect during an attack.
Yeah, I see.
Van Helsing would be in critical condition right now without that bag.
So he'd need to rest for a long time, for 12 hours to recover.
Yeah.
We probably should have done that. Especially since if Dracula happens to be here, like we suspect he might, we're going to be encountering him at his strongest.
Yeah, and being without Van Helsing with the medical bag and the crucifix might hurt us worse in the long run. I don't see that we have a choice. We got to send him in. We'll just have him protected.
Yes, we do. Keep him and Mina surrounded and protected as we can. Quincy's our frontline guy. Arthur's our backup. Oh boy, pungent, acrid smell of blood.
Oh boy.
Alright, let's...
So Van Helsing in the middle. Jonathan takes the front.
Keep Jonathan, Dr. Seward, and Arthur protecting Mina and Van Helsing somehow. You've played this game before, so you know better what positions that would mean.
Mm.
Meanwhile, if you think you can protect Van Helsing and Mina with only 2, then
oh
boy,
we've got problems. We've got big problems.
Arthur as well. So what do we do?
It's gonna have to be Quincy versus Renfield.
Yeah, move Dr. Seward in front of Mina and Van Helsing, obviously.
Right.
Arthur, yeah, just
Arthur's there as a blocker.
And Quincy attacks. Ah. Yeah. Okay, good. He's only wounded. Yeah, move in Jonathan to also be a frontline guy if we can.
That's great.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we'll keep him there as a meat bag.
Ah.
It's not good.
Dr. Seward is wounded now.
Are we seriously gonna get killed by this guy?
Okay, replace either replace let's replace Dr. Seward with Jonathan.
Okay.
Won't work. Darn it.
Not yet, at least.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to replace one of them. We should have replaced Arthur last turn. I'm beginning to get how this flows.
Oh, no.
Wonderful. Okay.
No, Quincy can't attack from the diagonal. He's just missed every time.
Okay. Move in Jonathan, see what he can do.
Jonathan can't attack.
Yeah, just hopefully absorb an attack. Oh my gosh. Jonathan's wounded now.
This isn't good.
Retreat Jonathan this turn. We can't afford another hit. Hopefully Quincy can hit him. Is Quincy the only one who can attack?
Yeah, he's the only one with a human weapon.
All right. Okay. Good. So let's keep Quincy up front.
Got him.
That took forever.
Yes.
Okay, so we lost Arthur. That's
newsflash.
the holy water.
Looks like we only have another 20 minutes or so.
Okay.
All right. That's fine. We should be done by then. Well, there goes our perfect 600. We've lost Arthur.
Yeah. All right, send.
Let's get out of here. We can't. There's no doing anything. We got to heal up. Unless you think there's something to gain from risking him.
No. Send everyone out. You already sent Quincy out. If we find Dracula in here, we'll be useless. Or near useless.
Yeah, there's
the only guy left that's okay, so. Alright, so yeah, we should retreat. Scoop our losses.
Yeah, we gotta rest now. A lot.
Giant bat scene. Mr. Swales, an old salt of the sea and friend of Mina's, hobbles up to her and says, "In the wind that smells like death. Times are a-changing for the worst."
Oh boy.
Okay.
Everybody's still wounded. And we no longer have the Wolfsbane or the Holy Water at our disposal until we reassign it.
Alright, so, well, we need to rest at least one more time, I think.
Yeah.
At least one more time to heal from wounds, but... oh my gosh, we are...
They're still hurting. We've taken...
Oh yeah, 12 hours.
We've taken... We've taken
yeah.
15. Yeah, it was midnight. We started resting. We got to keep going.
Yeah.
We'll investigate the report. Okay. Make a trace. Nothing.
Rest for the night,
yeah,
or...
rest for the night. We can't risk going out with everybody wounded. Everyone feels well rested. Good.
Zoo, wonderful.
So Van Helsing...
Hey, there we go.
Van Helsing's all right.
Is there anywhere we can go, or should we,
Nothing new. We may end up getting rushed to Dracula's castle.
It looks a little pale. Okay.
Oh boy.
We've started on this.
Yeah, the end game has about begun here.
Yeah. That sucked.
Darn it. Rest it out and heal up for the end game, I guess. As we've been everywhere. It looks like we're going to be let go, unless we get another trace.
Try it, actually. Okay.
No good.
You can trace the Count's cargo when it's Mina's turn.
Well, I mean, oh, you know what? That's
we can.
I don't even know whose turn it is. Come to think about it. All right, so let's think. It started on Arthur, I believe. So
and we passed the keyboard twice.
5 times each day.
5 times, okay.
Yeah, each 6 a.m. And this is day 6. So if we went around according to this list, it is Seward's turn now.
Okay. Okay, so we did try tracking him with Mina.
Yeah. And got nothing. And still got nothing. Time to rest.
Alright, you wanna... the newspaper report, I guess.
Yeah, there's not... Okay. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's a lot more we can do. We're out of traces. We've been to both Carafax and Jamaica. Renfield's dead.
It might return to either of those locations just to...
give it a shot.
Just to take a look around.
Where do you think?
To Carafax, real quick.
Who do we want to send?
Let's send in... Helsing?
Van Helsing.
Seward and Quincy.
Seward, Quincy.
Alright, see if we can find anything upstairs now.
Okay.
See up, and if there's nothing there... Okay. Make sure that he hasn't done anything to the places we've already checked.
That was a fireplace.
Yeah. Good.
That's a wall. That's a wall.
Yeah, I was about to say, let's not explore too much. There's nothing here, clearly.
Out. Leave. There's no point in fighting a little spider.
Spider, it said so. Oh. Try tracing the Count's cargo, I guess? No.
Yeah, we're out.
Go to the wharf?
Yeah, why not? May as well send everybody. There's no combat here.
Well. Here. Bummer.
Yeah, nothing.
I guess.
Oh,
oh,
no. This is not quite what I was expecting to have happen.
Wow. Mina notices a thin white mist coming in the room.
When my brain says come, opens a vein on his breast. Oh, no. The blood curse. We're screwed.
Okay.
We're screwed. Time to fight.
Oof. Okay, Jonathan, can he use the...
Only one way to find out. No, he can't. He can't attack the wolf either. Get Mina away from here.
Dr. Seward is
Dr.
not...
Seward can hold off the wolf.
Quincy can fight the wolf.
Ah, darn it. He got away.
Alright, get Van Helsing away from that wolf.
We'll get everybody but Quincy out of here.
And then, should we retreat Quincy after everyone else is out, or should we try to use him to kill the wolf? He had the medical bag, so...
Well, we gotta keep, the medical bag still takes effect even with Van Helsing having left.
Alright, let's move Dr. Seward out quickly.
So what do you think? Fight or get out?
I mean, is the wolf gonna come back?
I doubt it.
Dracula's gone?
What do you think? We have one more move to decide.
Yeah, let's not risk it.
We're out of here.
Yeah.
Now we have to protect Mina because we know Dracula's after her.
Right. So let's protect her.
Nothing there.
It's quiet.
Strange stillness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
Not good.
Of course they do. We had a fight. Mysterious prowler seen. Okay. Trace the Count's cargo now.
Nothing. Newspaper report?
Sure.
Nobody apprehended.
See, at this point in the story, Mina should have a link to Dracula.
Yeah. We need to rest now because we have to protect her at night.
Yeah.
Protection.
Yeah.
Queer sounds.
Fun.
Huh. Howling wind.
Around her.
Cold and clammy night.
It's not enough to just protect her. We have to find him.
Question is where?
Yeah.
I wonder if the newspaper will help us.
The sighting was near Piccadilly.
We're going to Piccadilly now.
Alright, so...
We got to send all the troops. Oh, Mina's okay. Interesting.
That's just what it said.
Yeah. She's got the wafer. Van Helsing's got the medical bag.
We all moved at once just so that we don't end up screwing ourselves.
That's what we're going to have to do. We need every hand, every available body.
Interesting. Mitchell, Sons, and Candy.
Now all of a sudden we're getting some follow-ups. But let's get in there. We have the ability.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Oh, boy.
That's a problem.
We're in trouble.
Ugh.
Oh, how did Quincy get away?
I don't know.
Of course they take all the wounded ones. How great.
Okay, so he should probably...
Well, we gotta rest for the moment. We can't do much else.
Rest, yeah.
With everybody else gone.
They release all of them, including Quincy, who wasn't actually at Scotland Yard.
That's very strange. Okay.
Most everyone's at the asylum.
Should we make another attempt at Piccadilly? We can't make a trace. We can't make a trace of the...
Let's follow up.
We can't. We have no way to do so right now.
Oh, right. It's at night.
Yeah.
Do we really want to do this at night?
Do we have a choice? We're getting near the end of this.
Yeah. And unfortunately, things didn't quite go well.
We gotta try this. We don't have any other choice. It's either that or protect Mina.
And quite frankly, Mina's slowly turning into a vampire. Dracula has no reason to go after her that much. Again, we have to seek him out.
All right, back to Piccadilly. No incident this time.
Hey!
7 crates, and what is that sign? Oh, it's a grandfather clock. Maybe somebody can investigate it. Nothing there.
Okay.
We'll send Quincy up. He's the most capable fighter.
Yeah.
Keep everyone else near the door for now. 38. 39. 40. 41. This is by far the highest number of cases I've gotten rid of.
There's only 6 left.
Correct.
Alright, so...
Keep everybody else near the door. We're gonna have to send Quincy up.
Yeah. Here. Webs.
A map of London with a dark X marked near Chicksand Street.
Excellent.
Let's go. That up there is just a bookshelf. We're done here.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, everybody out. Everybody out. Rouse, rouse!
So where's that X?
Down here, lower right-hand corner.
Chicksand Street, yes. All right. One more mission. Maybe he's there.
Maybe he's at the graveyard. Who knows? This seems like a good lead. We'll see.
It's the only lead we got now. Oh.
5! Okay.
They only left 1.
Watch out for that chandelier that they mentioned.
Yeah, I see.
Okay.
How much power is he going to have? with only one crate left.
Means that he can't rest all that much.
Right.
He's pretty limited in his movements.
Now, what those keys are for, I don't know.
Spoder!
Yep. He's going after Van Helsing. And there was no way I could stop this.
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't attack. We're out of here.
Oh boy, only one crate remains.
Safe from attack. Protection mode.
That was close.
And the bat we saw became a headline. So,
Newspaper report, maybe?
no clues. We can make traces again. Nothing.
Rest.
Yeah. Rest and protect until something else happens.
Yeah. Well, we have to... Again, we do have to... Oh boy, step number 2.
Yep.
Okay, so where else can we go?
Not very far, and we still got 3 wounded. Dracula's gonna come again, I'm sure of it.
You really think so?
Yes, I do.
Okay. I mean, he did technically try coming.
Well, we had to rest anyway in order to try and get health up. That doesn't seem to be working. Everybody's
Yeah.
still bleeding.
Yeah. Alright, investigate that newspaper report. Ah, shoot.
Nothing.
What else we can do? It's...
Mitchell's Sons and
Wait.
Candy. I forgot about that. What do they?
Right,
what
there
do
we
they
go.
know?
Somebody could do it. Uh-huh. He becomes very pale and eyes seem to be... Okay, yeah.
He could have suffered the brain fever, but did not. It would say, like he fell sick or something.
Right.
But let's try that again.
Uh-huh. Okay.
That didn't give us anything. No further clues.
Oh, boy. Yeah, again, we have to...
We have to...
I don't know where else to go, though.
Yeah, I know. We've gone everywhere we can, and there's only 1 crate left. The odds of us finding it are just out there. Besides, with 1 crate, Dracula's not getting much rest, so... We gotta be... We got, yeah, protecting with all we got.
Okay.
Another lead.
Okay.
Another lead.
Good.
Let's go. Into the city. Try the keys. Hey, the keys work.
Okay, good job, Quincy. Okay.
Oh. All right. Do you suppose that last crate's up there?
Yep. Yeah, I don't know.
We'll send Quincy first. Same as last 2 times. Everybody else assumes defense. Dang. Nothing here.
What is that?
That's just a candelabra. Oh yeah, jump out the window.
Okay, so this is where they confronted him in the book.
Oh, in the city?
Yeah. During the day, and he escaped through the window.
Maybe he's back there. Or maybe this is just another way out. Either way, there's nothing else here.
Ah, that sucks.
Yep, just another bookshelf. No,
Okay, time to leave.
no thanks, little spider. We'll fit you some other time.
Rest.
Resting.
We didn't get enough rest there.
Step 3. Wolf mauls.
It doesn't. No, it does not.
Not even close.
For a while.
They got the beast. Keep on resting. This is it. End game.
We didn't get the last bit of dirt. That's a shame.
Oh
okay.
Well. She still hasn't turned. Everybody's okay.
We feel... hang on. Do we feel confident about our provisions, or shall we change a few of them? Because I think we can change out Dr. Seward's skeleton key for
Good idea.
an actual
At this
weapon.
point, we're getting in there. So we're going to give him the holy water. Dr. Seward. Get rid of skeleton key. We will give Mina a knife.
Give Quincy some vampire repellent instead of that lantern? Or perhaps a vampire effective weapon? And again, that knife was very useful against Dracula in the book.
Yeah, we're keeping the knife. We have to keep that. Jonathan can't use the stake, so we got to give him the knife.
Jonathan can't use the stake?
No, I tried using it and it gave me an error beep. Like one of those invalid move sound notifications. We would only have needed that, I guess, if Mina had turned. There's only one holy water. Yeah, we might be best to just trade that for a knife.
Trade the stake for a knife, you mean?
Yeah.
I don't, Okay, yeah. We have to cut his head off, so...
Yep. So... Jonathan...
Jonathan's got a knife, okay.
We'll give Mina a knife as well. Actually, no. The coffin will be in Dracula's castle. If we put the wafer in, the coffin there,
of course.
We'll have to get Mina in there to subvert.
Of course, that's the only place he can rest. Of course, he would retreat in his last box of dirt.
So, let's get in there.
I forget that?
Let's get in there and hope he's there. Here we go. This is it. This is what we wanted.
This isn't what we wanted, but it's what we're getting.
All right.
Okay, so...
At this point, everybody with a knife needs to be up front.
Yeah.
Mina, we're going to get around if we can.
You have to protect her.
Yep. Quincy's on defense. The wolf goes right for Van Helsing.
He recoils from Van Helsing's crucifix as he advances.
So we attack with the crucifix. And a knife.
Then we can attack the wolf. Seward has holy water.
He also has Wolfsbane.
That's right.
Ah.
Sucks. Okay.
Yes!
There
Got
we
him.
Go.
Well, Jonathan and Mina got their marriage. Arthur's gone. Van Helsing's gone. Happy ending, but less.
So we ended up with 2 dead. The guy who died in the book is alive. Okay, yeah. You did win that. Very good.
Yes.
Idea of how this is played. I have a feeling I can do better. But
Well, perhaps we'll
That's
get
fair.
another. Perhaps we'll get another chance.
first go.
Yep. All right. For the moment, though, I do have one more stream set to go. Thanks for joining me on this one. This has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. And hopefully we'll see you on another one at some point soon.
Yep.
Awesome. Come in.
Yep, I'll try to be available for more streams with you.
Love you too. That'd be good.
Yeah, I also... I'm also trying to keep streams on Thursdays with my brother-in-law.
Awesome. I'll definitely keep an eye out for that too.
Awesome, thank you.
Yep, anytime. Stay tuned. Anybody who wants to stick around for the second stream, that'll be starting in about 5 minutes. And yes, Solar, that's the ending. Seward and Quincy are happily married. Okay, and that having been said, thank you again, ShadowToa.
Their happy ending. Even the chat got their happy ending.
Yes, they did. We couldn't ask for anything more. All right, stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. We will be back.